We are living in the noisiest era in human history. According to the World Health Organization, finding a moment of pure silence in a modern city is nearly impossible. Think about the room you're in right now, the faint hum of your computer, the tires on the pavement outside, your neighbor's footsteps, even your own breath. We all chase silence to escape the stress of life. We think deserts, the deep ocean, or snowy mountain peaks are silent. But think about it. Even in a forest at night, there's always background noise, wind, insects, birds. Nature is never truly silent. Nature always speaks. But what if I told you there is a place on Earth where nature actually stops? A place so quiet that you can hear the blood flowing through your own veins? And where legend says no one can last more than an hour? This room is hidden deep within Microsoft's hardware labs in Washington, officially recognized by Guinness World Records as the quietest place on world. Welcome to the anechoic chamber. Today, we are stepping inside this engineering marvel to ask the ultimate question. How long can the human mind handle absolute nothingness? To understand why this room is so special, we first need to look at how we measure sound. The threshold of human hearing is roughly 0 decibels. A human breath is about 10 decibels. A quiet library is around 30. But inside Microsoft's anechoic chamber, the reading drops to exactly negative 20.6 decibels. But wait, what does negative sound even mean? Is that physically possible? Actually, yes. 0 decibels doesn't mean no sound. It just means sound we can't hear. Sound is basically vibrating particles. Negative 20.6 is so low that we are hitting the physical limit of sound itself, the sound of air molecules colliding, known as Brownian motion. Aside from the vacuum of space, creating a quieter place on Earth is scientifically almost impossible. So, how did they achieve this physics-defying silence? It took 1.5 years to build. Think of it like a massive 6-layered onion. The room itself floats on 68 giant damping springs, completely isolating it from the building. A truck could drive by outside, and you wouldn't feel a vibration. And those futuristic, spiky things covering the walls? Those are fiberglass wedges. In a normal room, sound hits a wall and bounces back to you as an echo. Here, sound waves get trapped between these wedges and are absorbed. There is 0 echo. Words die the moment they leave your mouth. When that massive steel door seals shut, your brain goes into shock. Most people think total silence would be peaceful, like the ultimate meditation. They are wrong. Here, silence doesn't bring peace, it brings fear. Your brain constantly needs background noise to map out your surroundings. Echoes tell us how big a room is, but here there are no echoes. It's like being blind in the dark, but for your ears. That's when the auditory hallucinations begin. With no sound coming from the outside, your brain panics and turns up the volume on your internal sensors. You start to hear your own body in terrifying detail. First, you hear your heartbeat. Then, you hear your lungs inflating like a noisy pair of bellows. As minutes pass, your hearing becomes so acute that you can hear your joints creaking when you move, and some even claim to hear the blood rushing through their neck veins. You don't just listen to the silence, you become the noise. There's a famous legend online, no one can last more than 45 minutes without going crazy. While that might be an exaggeration, the disorientation is real. We rely on sound and reflections to balance. Without them, people lose their spatial awareness, get dizzy, and often have to sit down. Sensory deprivation essentially detaches the brain from reality. But why? Why would a tech giant spend millions to build a torture chamber? Is it just to drive people mad? The answer lies in the pursuit of perfection. This is actually the world's most precise audio lab. If you're building a Surface laptop and you don't want the fan noise to annoy the user, you have to test it here. Even the click sound of an Xbox controller button isn't an accident. That satisfying sound is engineered right here, after testing hundreds of different materials. Sound is a psychological indicator of quality, but the biggest reason is AI and microphones. If you want your digital assistant to hear your whisper in a crowded cafe, the microphone first needs to learn its limits in absolute silence. To build the perfect sound, you have to start at 0, absolute nothingness. The anechoic chamber teaches us a lot about technology, but it teaches us even more about human nature. In our modern world, we complain about noise. We want peace and quiet. But absolute silence isn't natural for us. We evolved to interact with the world, to hear the wind, to hear our own footsteps. Noise is proof that we are alive. If you liked the video, subscribe for more. See you in the next video.